Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 720. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, that's Durham's online community paper, which you can check out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and I do invite you to click on that link on the Facebook side to join me on camera, shoot the breeze, say hello, promote your business, your event, whatever. That would be super awesome. And if you share this out, that would also be super awesome, because then more people here in Durham can find out what indeed is happening. So we're going to start out with the word page, the government and nonprofit information page. Let's see, there are some really great programs and services being offered by local nonprofits, the city of Durham, and also Durham County. So just go up and down the page and see what pertains to you. Now, there's some city vacancies I need to tell you about. It's a good way to get a political career started, or just to lend your expertise and knowledge to the community at large, to help others. So what you do is you can choose which committee or commission you'd like to join, then put in your application of interest by end of day today. You can click on the link that I provide on the word page to see what will be expected of you in terms of meetings, whether they'll be in person, online, etc. So those vacancies are on the Citizens Advisory Committee, the Durham Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Commission, the Durham City County Environmental Affairs Board, and the Durham Open Space and Trails Commission. So if you're interested, again, put in your application of interest by end of day today. The Durham County Libraries are all open until 6. This does include Bragtown. So they reopen tomorrow at 9:30, and then Bragtown reopens at 10. And let's see what's happening at the Durham Tech Small Business Center, where you can take free in-person and online classes all about being an entrepreneur. The in-person classes will start up again in a couple of weeks, because they usually take off, the month of July. So let's see what's happening in terms of the online classes. They're totally free, and they're really great. I've taken quite a few of them. So let's see, today's what, the 20th? Okay. Here are a few classes, starting with the ABCs of starting a small business on a limited budget. Interesting. That's going to be really great. That's this afternoon from 2 until 3. So they're going to start in less than an hour. So go ahead and sign up if you can online by clicking on the link that I provide on the word page. Here's another class also from 2 until 3, Marketing Your Business Online, Part 4, Search Engine Marketing. That sounds super great. Don't worry about it being Part 4, because they're all self-containing, so to speak. So again, this is going to be from 2 until 3 this afternoon. And here's another one. This one is from 3 until 5, Online Seller for the Small Business Owner. That's another good one. Last but not least, from 6 until 8, How to Write a Winning Grant Proposal. And you might be confused by the word grant. You don't have to be a nonprofit to get a grant. I've gotten a few myself, and it's really good to learn how to write grants. So definitely check this class out from 6 until 8. They're all totally free. Roxanne is here. Wonderful. I'll bring her on right after I do the weather. Okay, let's go to, wait, there's 2 more. Wait. Let's not run off just yet. Project 300 is back. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. Run and Shoot Sports, all about sports. They're bringing back Project 300. This is where people can donate funds or new sneakers. The goal is to collect up to 300 pair of sneakers to give away to Durham area kids in need, who, you want to look sharp first day of school. You know it. You remember back in the day when everybody would wear something cool first day of school. So even if it's just sneakers, that would really help. So if there are kids in need, and if you can help them, that would be super awesome. So they can have that self-esteem together on the first day of school, which is, oh my goodness, does school start next month already? I think so. But anyway, if you could help out, that would really, really be appreciated. So there's a link and a Gmail address so you can go ahead and write and just get information. Visit their Facebook page. I do have the Facebook page listed right there so you can learn more about Run and Shoot Sports and also about Project 300. Okay, SCORE is going to have a workshop, I think today. Let's see. Today, SCORE is the Service Corps of Retired Executives. You can get a free mentor, talk over the phone. Their office is in Chapel Hill. You can meet them online, et cetera, et cetera. The Chapel Hill office serves different cities, including Durham, I think Chapel Hill, I think Carborough, and Pittsburgh, and a few others. So anyway, the free workshop, let's see, what is it called? Oh, isn't this interesting? How to start a food truck business, a step-by-step guide. That should be really interesting. So, okay, so that's going to be today. Oh, I'm so used to doing the show at noon. It started a few minutes ago at 1. Maybe you can click on the link and then jump in, without being noticed, because they only started about 8 minutes ago. Okay, good luck with that. Let me know if you get in. Okay, let's go to the health page where I do have your COVID updates. And COVID is still with us. A lot of people are saying, stop mentioning COVID. I'm not going to mention her by name, but a friend of mine just got COVID. So it's still with us. We still have to be careful. She was on a crowded bus, an interstate bus, coming back home to Durham. And yeah, anyway, good luck, friend. I won't mention her by name. I don't have her permission. But anyway, it's still here. So I still have the COVID updates on the health page. It's called To Your Health. So, okay, what else is on the health page? NAMI Durham. NAMI, by the way, NAMI, National Alliance on Mental Illness. Every Thursday, they have the Stress and Anxiety Support Group for African Americans from 7 until 9, where we get together and just talk about stuff, get support, get resources, and just talk out your anxiety and just get some tips. So this is free, it's online, and it's from 7 until 9. I think that's it. No, it's not it. The American Red Cross is having a blood drive, so let's scroll down to that. The American Red Cross is having a blood drive today. They have already started at the Durham Convention Center, downtown, 301 West Morgan Street, and they will be there until 3. Okay, and then tomorrow, starting at noon, the Beta Phi chapter of Omega Psi Phi will host a blood drive, and that's going to be at 1811 Palmer Street. And I'll remind you about that tomorrow. That will be from noon until 5. I think the blood connection, no, nothing today. Let's go to the health events page real quick and see who's meeting today, what support group will be meeting. Let's see, today's the 20th. The General Cancer Support Group will be meeting online from 5 until 6. This is run by Duke, so you can click on the link to register for that. Also, the Caregiver Support Group, all about cancer. This is going to be tonight also from 6 until 7. So the first one's from 5 until 6. The next one will be from 6 until 7. Both run by the Duke Cancer Patient Support Program. Okay, let's go to the last page that we will be visiting. I'll let you explore the other pages when you have time. So we're going to the Let's Go Calendar of Events page. We're going to scroll down to 20. Whoa, went too far. Wait a minute. Let's see. There we are. Okay, if you happen to be far south or far southeast, and you're wondering where to have lunch, well, why not have it at Boxyard RTP? Because songwriter and multi-instrumentalist Eric Duncan will be performing until 2. This is an outdoor event. It's free. It's a concert series called Taking Back Thursday. The eateries are right there, so you can go sit at one of the tables, enjoy the great music, and then order something to eat and or drink. And the music will continue until 2. The official address is 900 Park Offices Drive, and it's off of Highway 54. Okay, New Visions of Africa restaurant. We'll be giving away meals from 3 until 6, and that will be this evening. They do this every weekday from 3 until 6 at 1306 Fayetteville Street, served by the 5 and the 5K bus. And when you see W.D. Hill Recreation Center, that's their next door neighbor. Just hop off the bus, and there you go. Now, the book harvest, usually on Thursdays, they have these story times for very young children and their families. They are celebrating the first anniversary of their family space. Congratulations, Book Harvest, which is at 2501 University Drive. They're going to celebrate today with a very special story time for young children and their families from 3:30 until 5. This should be really cute, enjoying stories in English and Spanish, followed by birthday treats and fun activities, totally free. Go ahead and sign up by clicking on the link that you'll see on the Let's Go page. After the event, by the way, you can choose a book to take home to read together with your children. That should be really, really cute. And again, this Book Harvest, 2501 University Drive. Today, a very special celebration, 3:30 until 5. Okay, the Greater Durham Black Chamber of Commerce, they're going to have their next GDBCC Connect networking event where Black business owners get together, meet each other, make connections, maybe even form partnerships. So today, now they meet at a different place every month. So it's from 5 until 6, this time at the Raw Candle Edition. The address, 304 South Driver Street, Suite 103. I'm guessing that that's going to be really close to Andrew Avenue, if not right there on Andrew Avenue. So again, make connections. It's a free event, and you can click to see their full calendar of events. They do a lot of great things. And again, that's from 5 until 6. High Wire Brewing Durham, as they do every Thursday, they're going to host the mini pop-up market from 6 until 8, where one vendor who deals with arts and crafts will be setting up shop. You can visit them. You can make some purchases, maybe some birthday or whatever presents for your loved ones. Anyways, also a great way just to hang out outside, basically. So it's from 6 until 8. If you want to be one of the vendors and you want to be chosen in the future for a future event, then you can click on the link and fill out the form and see if you get chosen. The Triangle Turtles and Hares Running Group, they're going to have their Thursday evening run, 6:30 until 9:30 this evening. Everybody's going to meet in the parking lot in front of Tomato Jake's. That is at 8202 Renaissance Parkway. That's right there over there by the Target. So I should say the Target that is south of Streets at South Point. So that's going to be this evening, and they will probably be running kind of slow because it's very hot. So they'll be running at a nice pace. Nobody will be left behind. Be sure to have your bottled water because it's really hot today, and it's very humid because it's cloudy. Also, it'll be dark by the time you're done. So if you want to have a headlamp or one of those shoulder lights, then sure, bring one of those if you like. Sunset Yoga in the Park will be held in Forest Hills Park, run by Flocious Soul Yoga. Love that name. It is a free event from 7 until 8. Forest Hills Park is at 1639 University Drive. So have your yoga mat or your towel. And again, bring some bottled water. Last but not least, Monty's Story Slam is tonight, which means at Motorco at 728 Rigsby Avenue, we're going to hear some great stories, and maybe you want to take part in this storytelling event. So the participants with a story that fits the month's theme gets 5 minutes to tell the story. This month's theme is Crazy in Love. So if you have a crazy love story, then you might want to attend and take part. So there is a fee. So tickets are $12, and you can go to Eventbrite, click on the link, and get your ticket in advance. I don't even think I told you what time. 7:30 is the time that they start. Now, tomorrow, Counterculture Coffee is going to have tasting at 10, sample coffees, and hang out at Counterculture Coffee from 10 until 11, 812 Mallard Avenue. And then last last but not least, for tomorrow's events, the Salvation Army of Durham, they have Free Food Friday. If you're in need, don't be embarrassed. Stop by from 10 until noon, or while supplies last. You can get some free food, get some groceries. Sometimes they have hygiene items, sometimes pet food. If you'd like to volunteer starting at 8 o'clock, call the number listed, and they would really love to have your help. And I'm sure if you are in need yourself, they'll let you take some items home. Also, checking the weather. Let's see, it's 89 degrees right now. Let me grab this. It's 89 degrees. It's cloudy. It's going to be cloudy all afternoon. It's going up to 91. So it's going to be really humid. It's going to be steamy today. Let's see. Now, tomorrow it's going up to 92, and it will be sunny. And I'm so excited because I'll be playing at the bus station tomorrow, 3:30 to 6:30. And now, Roxanne has been waiting so patiently. Let's bring her on. Oh, wait, she has a note for me. Let me click on it. Oh, she's saying, hello, everyone. Well, let's let her say that in person. Okay, wait, I forgot to have my banner. Let me put on my banner. Woo, got my banner. Woo. Now let's bring on Roxanne. Roxanne, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, fine. Different hairstyle. I've never seen you with a pullback style. Cute.
It is
Very
so
summery.
hot.
I know.
So,
I know.
all my hair.
Because you do tend to have like Shaka Khan hair, which is like very, very excitingly poofy, which is a cool look. But I know it's hot.
Yes.
Very hot. So what's new?
What's new? The house. I'm here to talk about epilepsy, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And we're wanting to get a law passed for teachers to learn seizure first aid, which is not hard. There is a program online. You just watch through it for an hour and 15 minutes maybe, and you take a test at the end, and that is it.
Oh, how do we find this test? I need to put that in the Skywriter on the health page.
I should have had that on here.
Oh, that's fine. But afterwards, provide that link.
I will.
In the notes, in the comments, yeah.
Yeah, because you get a little certificate. You can put up that you're trained. It's a breeze.
Okay, I'm taking a note right now to make sure that I find that and post it in the Skywriter. So when you learn how to help others who are having like a seizure, is it easy enough for you to teach someone else, or would you say that everyone who wants to help should watch the workshop?
It can be a little confusing because it goes through every different type.
Okay.
Yeah, because of course there's the ones where you just fall to the floor and you shake. But mine, I only stare for 30 seconds to a minute. So I will just be zoned out.
I hate to ask this because I don't want to sound, well, I don't mind sounding stupid. So if you're having the type where you're staring, is that harmful, or do you just calmly wait for the person to snap out of it?
I just wait to snap out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be aware, are they?
No, I actually had one Sunday where my mom's boyfriend was talking to me, and I had my phone in my hand. I dropped my phone. My daughter looked up, noticed what was wrong, but my mom's boyfriend didn't.
Oh, okay.
That's how quick it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did it last for a full minute, or?
No. It didn't. It was an easy one. The only thing is, I have that it's like I call it pacemaker for my brain, the vagal nerve stimulator. My aura came on so quickly I didn't have time to put the magnet across it. But
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
it's doing real well. The
Mm-hmm.
magnet. So well,
Great.
um,
So you simply wait and just make sure if they drop their phone or whatever, you just hand it
let
to
'em
them.
I picked it up right after I had it. I know what happened, and
Mhm.
yeah, these are I, it's horrible to say, but the best ones that you can have.
Well, if you're gonna have a seizure, yeah, I
Yeah,
guess if you had a choice, it would be that one.
yeah. But some of them, there's two. The tonic clonic, which is tonic clonic, we're both end in IC. But anyway, and then just clonic seizures. So those are the ones that are confusing, where
They
you
can
could be
fall
in a
down.
daze and walking around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and just like confused. And um, actually, the video shows someone in subway, waiting on a subway, and someone has to get them and turn them around to keep them from going on the track.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's scary.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But
So how would you know if that's not like a heat stroke or something else? Or
well,
I mean,
they
how
don't
would you
pass
know what
out.
it is?
They stay standing. They can stay standing up,
Uh-huh.
and you just turn them around and walk the other way and stay with them.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's difficult between those two
How
because
long does that one last?
it depends on the person. Yeah,
Hmm.
and you always say 5 to 7 minutes. If they don't end, call the doctor or call EMS to
Okay.
come.
So if you're like out in public and you see someone who looks suddenly or whatever dazed or confused, whatever, so you just like sit with them and
Yes.
talk calmly to them, and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
With that type. Uh huh.
So what do you think they would need, something like water or
Not while they're having it. No. Just don't hold them down. Maybe just
yeah,
lead them to a chair,
just
or
calmly, yeah.
just yeah.
Hmm.
Don't, yeah. That's
Okay. Because
those.
I would have a tendency, maybe because I'm going to promote it. You don't mind my promoting on the how-to page. I do have an article, how to tell heat stroke from heat exhaustion, and with one you can be confused and a little dazed and hot.
Hmm.
You feel their forehead and stuff. So I would probably treat the person thinking they had heat exhaustion and just calm them down
Well,
and you
yeah.
know
Just
sit with them or whatever.
if you think that's what it is, yeah. If they're out in the yard or something like that, it's
Hmm.
good to help those people. Some.
Hmm.
So yeah.
You never know what it is. Now,
Right.
wait a minute. While they're days, since I would think most, maybe I should ask the question first. Do most people who have epilepsy know it? Because if they're having a walking dazed
Right.
seizure and you ask them, "Do you have epilepsy?" Would they?
They might not
Would,
know. Right.
yeah.
It's usually parents, family members, the kids, or like a husband and a wife. Um, they can have them. Gosh, I've talked to people that said they've had these for 3 years until someone finally, their doctor finally said, "Well, let's check for epilepsy."
I'm going to
Yeah.
ask this question. This might really be insulting, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Would it help to wear, those rubber bracelets, and it says like, Durham Fire Department or Barnes and Noble bookstore, like promotional. Are they
Hmm.
print out these rubber. Would it be helpful to have one that says epilepsy, or is that insulting?
No, I do. And I've got my
Oh,
tattoo. So,
oh, wow. Okay, because I know the color is purple,
hmm
right? So a
yeah. And we even
purple.
give out bracelets.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, are they the rubber ones?
The rubber ones. Yeah.
Oh my God! I was just making a guess, wondering if it would be helpful. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me write this down because I think what would be really nice is if I wouldn't mind buying some from you.
Oh,
And
sure. I mean,
so
um,
you said you give them away, but I know there's postage involved. So if I could maybe order a few and just offer them on the health page for people to,
sure.
I'd be happy to give them.
Now
Well,
that
because
would be wonderful.
that would be a nice, it would be helpful to people who don't
Um,
know about epilepsy to say, oh, it
yeah.
says epilepsy on her wrist. Maybe, when
hmm
they call 911, though, I'm sure all of the EMS people know about epilepsy. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. It's starting to get known better,
Hmm.
but the schools, we're trying to
Yeah.
pass that law
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Sam's law for seizure first aid in schools.
Now, how can we help people watching, reading the Skywriter? How can we help with that?
Well, write your congressman, talk to your
Okay.
congressman on the phone, or their whatever they're called, the person that works right beside them, and tell them that at least 3 kids died one year
Man,
because
that's
no one was around to know what
hmm.
to do.
They're at school.
They were at school.
Man.
Yes. So we're trying
Oh,
to
man.
get this
Good.
law passed for
Yeah.
teachers to know what to do. And that's why I brought up that video or online.
Hmm.
It's I hate to put it on the teachers as much as they do, but it's
Yeah.
not that long. It's not a whole day seminar they have to do, and they can
Hmm.
watch it anytime. They can watch
Yeah.
it in the bed,
Hmm.
after they get home and relax, they can just watch it.
Watch it over. You can watch it over dinner as a family.
Oh, definitely. That's a great idea too.
Yeah. People
Because,
watch videos very often on
mm-hmm,
the YouTube, on the TV, or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, why not? Why not? And then the kids can ask their kids or spouse can ask questions, and they can say,
mm-hmm,
"Wow, good to know. We could help somebody." I mean, it's just like the same mindset that people have when they take those American Red Cross classes.
yeah,
With the defibrillators and
mm-hmm,
the life-saving techniques.
right, right. Um,
So
because
I'd like I'd like to see them. I mean, they do have first aid. I mean, they do call it adult and pediatric first aid and AED, and the AED is the defibrillator.
yeah,
And I don't honestly know if epileptic seizures are included in that training. I have a feeling not.
no, it's not.
Should you have a campaign to get the American Red Cross? Because I mean, people are paying for the classes. It's not like they're gonna say no,
Right,
we can't
right,
afford to have the
yeah.
class. They'll be making money.
I guess
So,
that's the next thing to do. But see, too, I you can read the bill.
hmm.
Sam's
Hmm.
Law, seizure first aid, North Carolina.
Hmm.
You just go under North Carolina General Assembly, and you can pull
Hmm.
up laws that are trying to
Okay.
get passed. And you
Okay.
can even see how your senator or representative voted.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So it's HB 172 if they want to read about it.
Okay. I know that sometimes activists will have a sample letter that you can. I don't know. Do you think it's helpful for people to copy and paste a letter, or do you think they should always write their own letter?
I tried doing that, copy and pasting, and I had a congressman write me and say, "Why am I getting the same one?" Because
Okay.
somebody else copied mine,
I got
and
you.
so
Okay.
they didn't say, yeah.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
tell them that kids can pass away with epilepsy, that they need
Yeah.
to vote for teachers.
Now,
But
when the three kids died in school, was that a very recent year or
that was last year.
last year? Gee, wait. So in 2022, three kids died in school in North Carolina, not just
I'm sorry, 2021. I haven't, yeah,
2022,
2021. Yeah, I
and
didn't
that
look
was
at
in North
last year.
Carolina. That was
And just in North Carolina.
man. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. I'm so glad you came on. I wish more people would come on and explain things to us the way you do, and I find this very helpful.
Well, what I wanted to tell you, though, too, is the bill passed 100% in
Hmm.
the House.
Okay.
But the Senate, this was April 5th. It
Uh-huh.
passed and went to the Senate. I think it's just sitting on a counter somewhere. It went to the Committee on Rules and Operations. I
Hmm.
mean, there's one for health. I don't know why it went to this one,
That's
but
weird.
they're changing it to where not all of the teachers need to know. The Senate is changing it to where only the principal and one other teacher know what to do. Only two people in
The whole school.
a whole school of
And
like,
some schools are multi-stories. We expect some child to run all the way to Miss Smith's class on the third floor,
yeah,
and Miss Smith is going to say, "Talk among yourselves," and rush down the stairs. I don't think no. I don't think so.
no, that's not enough. And what if that person calls in sick? I mean,
Yeah.
it's
And the
just,
principal's at a meeting.
oh,
And how's it going to
exactly.
look? How's it going to look for? I guess nowadays there's intercoms. I guess you don't have to send a child running down the hallway. But in any
Yeah.
case, how would it look for a principal to be in a parent conference and to
Mm,
have this urgent message to come save the life of a child? He has to say yes, he or she.
yeah,
Because if they say no, how's that going to look to the parent?
exactly.
So that's putting an awful lot of pressure on the principal.
It will. But that's what the Senate had changed in the bill, and then they're adding other, which is fine for me. They're adding like diabetes and
Hmm.
other problems, health situations that kids can have.
Well, I hate to see compromise in areas like this, but I know you might have to compromise in that maybe not every teacher will be compelled to to learn what to do. But I would say to counter that, whenever you work in a big company,
Hmm.
I'm from Chicago. I mean, of the companies that I work for, and I've worked for some pretty big ones, they always assigned certain people to be like fire marshals
Yeah.
and notary publics, you know, and they always had like all the floors covered, all the different, like the east wing and the west wing of the building, whatever they always had. And they would always teach the fire marshals which exit is yours when there's a fire drill or an
Well,
emergency. So, um, so I worked for Sargent and Lundy. Okay. It was an engineering firm. And we had, I don't know, at least a dozen fire marshals. We had to make sure that a couple of them spoke different languages too, because it was an
yeah.
extremely multinational company. We all spoke English. I mean, you had to speak English to do business with Sergeant Lundy. But in an emergency, sometimes your mind stops working in your adopted language, and you need to, you know. So anyway, I'm just saying the compromise would be, I would think, if not every teacher will be compelled to, to learn, at least half dozen.
Or at least one each floor, because there's like 3 levels in my daughter's elementary school. There were 3 floors.
Okay. So that will work. 3 floors, 2 on each floor, 1 on each end.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's not that hard.
And at least one teacher who can speak Spanish, because they might have to. I would think if you're a child having a seizure, I'm not saying that a Spanish-speaking student's suddenly not going to understand English, but I was always told in cases of emergency, you resort back to your basics.
You probably.
Yeah. So, yeah, at least one teacher who can speak Spanish, at least.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say with the I wouldn't accept one teacher per school, because
no,
that's
ridiculous. That's
at least half dozen, because come on. And I guess it depends on the size of the school. Some schools are only K through. Well, down here in North Carolina, there's no K through 6, right? They're all K through 8, right? I mean, no. I
middle school is 6, 7, and 8.
Right. Oh, it's so different down here. That's right. It is so different.
Yeah.
So some schools are K through 5. And then 6 through 8. So 6 through 8, maybe you won't need 6 teachers, depending on how big the school is.
Right.
I don't know.
Depending on what area and how big it is, yeah.
Yeah. Because in Chicago, I guess there's middle schools in Chicago by now, but most of them were K through 6. And then you go to a really big school for 7th and 8th grade. Yeah. And you would be going to a K through 8 school so you would have these enormous 7th and 8th grade classes.
Right.
Gosh. I don't think it's that way at all down here, though.
There was like 30 in one class that my daughter went to.
Yeah.
So for one teacher and 30 kids, but it's
so maybe you can think of compromises and say maybe for the junior, the middle schools, up maybe 4 teachers.
Maybe, yeah, at least 4, yeah.
And for K through 5, I would say 6 teachers.
That's better than just 2.
And high schools are so big. We have some really big high schools down here. So I would say 6 for high schools, because they're huge. They're gigantic. Some of them have different buildings, like more than one building. So you have to make sure all the buildings are covered.
But we have some Boy Scouts that have learned for their health. That was
nice.
Learning epilepsy and seizure first aid as ones to get a patch. So that's nice that those kids wanted to learn.
This might be putting too much pressure on the children. This might not be appropriate. But I do know, for example, Hillside High School here in Durham, they have a club of students who are going to become, or who plan to become, special needs teachers. It's an actual club.
Oh, nice.
And I think they can, as an elective or a little project, they can learn what to do. But I wouldn't put it on them to help the students who are having epileptic seizures, though. That might be too much to put on a child. I don't know.
Well, it depends on if a parent like me has one that a kid would know what to do.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, instead of the teachers, you could ask, are
Yeah,
there any, yeah, that might be too much. You wouldn't,
yeah.
yeah, that might be too
I don't
much.
know, but
Um,
it's just crazy
but it's still
that
good for the students to know.
mhm.
Yeah.
They should know just to not hold the kid down, move stuff away if they're
Hmm.
having the grand mal where they, you know,
Hmm. Yeah.
they shake
How
and
much time
everything.
do we have to help? Because I don't know, when is it coming before the Senate again? Or, I mean, how does this work?
I don't know. It's just sitting on the committee that it hasn't gone to be voted for. There's two things. One, actually three. The
Hmm.
first one is um, just a few people look and see which committee it goes to. And then it's talked about in that committee. If the
Okay.
committee agrees on it, it goes to the floor
Okay.
to
And
get
you
voted
said that
on.
the committee has been chosen, but it's not the health committee? Or am I
No,
wrong?
it's not a health committee. It's rules and operations.
That is so weird. Operations. That's so weird.
It is. And this
Okay.
has been in the Senate since April.
Okay. Since April. Okay. Well, maybe it's good when people work together. So maybe your organization can set a date to call attention for us all to call and write letters
Yeah.
to get it moving past the, you know, whatever stage it's at now so that it can be voted on. Because school starts next month.
Call your senator
So, okay.
because
Okay.
it won't be going back to the House because the House passed it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think we know what to do. We just need to figure out when to do it.
Hmm.
But sometimes people need to know, sometimes people put things off and they're like, oh, yeah, I got to do that one of these days. So why don't you, and put it in the comments, Roxanne, when after you think about it, let us know, like maybe you can declare a week,
Okay.
say this would be a good week for us of those of us who are parents of children with epilepsy or people who care and want to get this law passed. It's been sitting since April. Let's get this moving. Let's seizure the day, which is the name of
Yeah.
your show. And
Yeah.
so, when's your next show? Seizure the Day on YouTube.
Well, I don't have a date set yet. I have three people that I can interview. I just have to get dates set
Okay. Okay.
for them
Okay.
that'll work. So
Okay. So maybe whoever you interview, you can announce this
yeah.
campaign, because I'm sure your show was watched outside North Carolina. But for those of us who are in North Carolina, you can give us a time period in which we can act and
Yeah.
call or write to our
That would
senators.
be great.
So,
Wonderful idea. Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah, well, like I said, a lot of us, we want to do good. We just don't know when to do it, because we have things in our minds and we're like, oh, yeah, I got to do that. Yeah. And then we just never get around to it.
Yeah.
So, Roxanne, thank you so much. So,
Oh, thank you.
so we need to all follow the Epilepsy Association of North Carolina and just
Mhm.
follow you and find out what date you'll choose for us to jump into action.
Sure. Yeah. We have our separate page, and mainly my page on here is all about seizures. So
Hmm.
we even have a website if they wanted to see when we're having functions and
Oh, let me ask you about. So you have this. You call it like a pacemaker for your brain. Is that available for children or is it just for adults?
they have coloring books. I've found a website that has coloring books.
Hmm.
Yeah, and little papers, and they're riding their bikes, and then they see a little girl fall down, but she's wearing her helmet, and
Mm-hmm.
she's shaking, and you
Mm-hmm.
know,
But the pacemaker thing that you have,
oh,
can children get those, or is
oh
that just
yeah, I think
oh
the youngest was 4 years old.
oh okay? And basically, they stimulate the brain so that ideally you won't have a seizure.
Right.
And apparently, from what you were saying earlier, you see an aura, and I've heard of this aura. It's like you see colors or something, and then you do something with the
Yeah,
pacemaker to
I'm not
put the
wearing my
magnet.
magnet because I'm near a computer. it
Oh, okay,
Yeah, it's a mag very. I mean,
powerful magnet.
it picks up my fork or spoon if I reach for something while I'm
Whoa.
eating. So I have to remember to put it on the other side of the plate, or I pick it up. I'm like,
Mm-hmm. So as long as you're not near a computer, you pick up the magnet and then use that.
mm-hmm. I wear
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, it's good to know that kids can have it too, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure seizures are no fun,
Right.
and it can
No.
keep you from driving and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So yeah. Well, Roxanne, I hope you're. I have my ceiling fan on. That's the best I can do with this hot weather. So I hope you're able to stay cool.
Yeah. Well, it's awful. The air
You have air
conditioner
conditioning.
stays on, but it's not cooling it down enough.
Uh, well, let me show you what I just got.
Okay.
Wait, it's over here. Wait, it's on the charger. Let me take it off the charger and show you real quick. I just got it last Saturday. It is a fan. People thought I was wearing a like headphones because I was DJing, but this is a
Oh.
fan.
Oh, did
It's
it
a
work?
fan. Yeah, and so you put it. Wait, put it on this way. And I was DJing, so people honestly thought I was that these are my headphones. But you push the button. Mm. Feels so good.
Wow.
And also, it's a mosquito deterrent because they don't like moving air. And so you put it. Let me get my hair out of the way.
That looks
Okay.
good.
And then it has three different speeds. So here's the medium. I know you can hear it, right? Can you hear it?
No, no,
You
not
can.
medium.
Okay. And then the high volume is up. It's too loud for me.
Yeah, I
It's
can
like
hear the
whoa.
high.
But it's really great. And what really helps now, what I do when I DJ, because after I unload my equipment and set up, I'm usually like really sweating, and it's like, oh, because like in the
Mhm.
90s. So now I carry a wet washcloth in a Ziploc bag, and then I wet my face and neck and put this fan on. And I got
Cool.
this from Amazon. You can get it as cheaply as $18. I paid 30 for this one because this one is just like different what I forget watts or volts or milliamps or whatever. But I got a higher powered one because I figured, I'd really need a higher, because I'm outside a lot.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah, I
come.
highly recommend this though. You get them on. You can just look up neck fan
Okay.
on Amazon. And if you're not really that active, you're not unloading equipment and stuff, you can get the
Well,
cheaper $20 one. You know,
it's football season coming up, so it'll
there you go.
be
But I
working out
recommend
and
these are
hot.
these are really cool, literally. And until you get one, I always tell folks get like one of those hand towels, wet them, wring them out, and just drape it across your neck because
Hmm.
that helps a lot. Just wiping your face, it'll always be cooler than the outside air. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
You
thank
know
you.
what? I need to put that because on the how to page I have tips for beating the heat, and I need to add that. I need to add that. Yeah. Okay. So if you need the link, Roxanne, let me know
Yeah,
and I'll send it
I'm
to you.
going to get that for you.
Yeah, because I think you would really enjoy this, especially if you're outside watching sports and whatnot. And they'll say, "What are you listening to?" And you're like, "No, this is my fan." So there you go. So thanks for coming on the show, Roxanne. You are
Thank you.
always welcome. You know that.
Thank you.
And I really want to help with this law, Sam's law,
Yeah,
and we're going to get this thing passed because I mean, just to think, I just can't imagine a child dying in school.
I
I mean,
know.
a child dying. Period. I
Yeah,
mean that was preventable. I'm not putting any pressure on anyone. I'm not blaming anyone, but that's
yeah,
preventable. I'm sure it was preventable if they had known what to do, you know.
yeah.
And
Okay,
obviously, the
here we
child
go.
wasn't able to tell them what they should do. So this is something that we should all learn, especially if we're working around kids. I would think that all scout leaders should know.
That's probably right. Yeah,
Um, all Sunday school, Saturday school teachers should know. I think anyone working with children should know. But you know what? We're restricting this conversation to children, but I have to ask if you are older and you know you have epilepsy, are you ever able to help yourself?
I am. I guess it depends on what type you have.
Yeah, because with the grand mal seizure where you fall to the ground,
Yeah,
that doesn't, no matter what age you are, you need help, right?
yeah,
Okay, okay. Yeah, well, in that case, people should just know as a matter of fact. It's like a lot of people know CPR for no reason. They just
hmm
decided they wanted to learn CPR. And I saw
yeah.
someone, oh, go ahead.
Well, I mean, you know, that way they know not to use a spoon in their mouth, and they
Hmm.
roll it just, instead turn them on their side. They
Hmm.
might bite their tongue, but
Hmm.
they're not going to swallow it.
Yeah. I guess the scariest thing is just remember to stay calm and keep the person calm.
Hmm.
Because a lot of people probably freak out. Oh my God, what's happening? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, especially if you've never seen one. I think I've seen, no, I saw someone faint at school. I don't think I've ever seen anyone have a seizure, but I do remember one of my friends fainting in school.
Mm.
I assume that's what was happening. I mean, they fell out.
Well, if you can get too hot, yeah.
Yeah. I just remember running for the principal. That's all
Well,
you know to
hey,
do when you're a child, right? You run for the
yeah,
principal.
right,
So yeah. And then we were shooed away and the child was fine. So at the very least, get help, I guess.
right.
But yeah. So and you can be that help if you can I've been saying this for at least a year now that I want to learn CPR. So I'm going to learn what to do about an epileptic seizure, and I'm going to learn CPR both this year.
Right.
Scouts honor. I'm going to learn that.
Thank
Those. I'm
you.
going to learn those. Yeah. And maybe there could be like a little pledge that people can make to
Well,
learn
they
to.
get a certificate. They get
Oh, right, right.
certified seizure first aid.
Well, there you go. Okay.
Just like you
I'm gonna
do with just regular first aid, you get one with seizure first aid.
I'm gonna maybe I shouldn't do it, but maybe we can contact the American Red Cross, the local,
Uh huh.
because actually, now I don't know about where you are because you're in the Piedmont, and
Right.
I know here in the Triangle, there's two American Red Cross offices, one on University Drive here in Durham, and then there's one, I think we're the East chapter, and I think the Central chapter is in Raleigh. And
Okay.
I guess there's a West chapter. I don't know if that would be where you are.
I went to a part of the building in the Coliseum, Winston-Salem
Mm-hmm.
Coliseum,
Mm-hmm.
and had a class out there when I
Okay.
went. Now there might have been other buildings. I think they also do it at Forsyth Tech.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's easy to find. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, I'm not going to put any pressure on. I don't think she's watching, but Crystal, you know my friend Crystal, the Warrenist.
Yeah.
She is the Warren. She is. Ooh, I don't want to. I don't want to announce things before she's announced it. But she is in Warrenton in Warren County, and she. Let's
Oh,
put it this way: she is making it possible for classes to be held in Warrenton.
wonderful.
So maybe she can be a resource.
Yeah. I need to get back. I need to get in touch with
Because
her.
Warrenton, I don't know how far that is from where you are.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. I'm
Is
not good
it
at
which side of the triangle is it on?
Warrenton is, I think it's west of here. Because I know you're west of here.
Yeah, so it's in between
Right?
us, maybe. Oh,
Yeah,
shoot, mountains.
I think so. No, Warrenton's not too far because Warrenton is only like a half hour away. And I think
Oh,
Winston-Salem is like an hour
uh,
away,
yeah, an
45
hour.
minutes, something
Depends
like
on
that.
how if you want Raleigh or Durham or Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
That's
So maybe that can be another resource for,
cool.
because I'll tell you off camera who she's partnering
Okay.
with, because I don't want to announce before she's announced it. So just stay there after I end the show, and then I'll tell you. And in
Thank
fact, I
you.
might as well end the show here. It's been a great show. You can drop by as often as you like,
Well,
Roxanne, to keep
thank
us
you.
posted, to keep us knowledgeable about epilepsy, because obviously a lot of people have it, and we
Hmm.
need to be protected.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they can't do everything themselves. So stay right there. I'll take you off camera, but don't go anywhere. I'll end the show, and then I'll talk to you after the show ends, Roxanne.
All
So
right.
thank you for joining us, and don't go anywhere. I'm just going to take you off camera.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to end the show here. Have a beautiful afternoon. It looks like it's going to rain. It's not on the forecast. In fact, let me check my app, because when it rained yesterday, that was a big surprise. Let's see. So it's 90 already. It's going up to 91. No rain in the forecast. And tomorrow's going to be sunny. So just stay hydrated and stay cool if at all possible. So I'll see you tomorrow at noon for Bull City Hangout. Ciao for now.